I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Challenge. Again, we have a world-renowned artist. I think the most famous person we've had on the show so far, George Annan Kingsley, and we're going to talk to him today about his craft, which is art and painting, and his transition to the United States. And George, how's it going today?
Oh, fine.
All right. So. You're in the United States, and you mentioned that you've been here since March.
Yeah.
And where were you living at before?
I was in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yeah.
So you're in Ghana and you're in the U.S. So take us through how you end up in the United States.
It's a long story, but I was in Côte d'Ivoire, my country, Ivory Coast, where I was working at the university, and at the same time, I was having an NGO taking care of children. And I met a woman who wanted to be president also in my country.
Okay.
So I end up being what do you call it, a campaign manager.
Oh, okay.
The campaign manager of that woman, and she did well, and on the first round she became 4th out of the 8 candidates.
Okay.
And the second round she joined the first person, and for the second round she went, and we have the results. And out of the result, the president nominated her as a Minister of Education. And I was appointed Deputy Minister of Education in charge of arts. Okay. And at the same time, there was the second candidate who said that he also won. So it became a severe problem in our country. It was a fight. And people were dying, you know. At the same time...
Now, when you say, hold on, because that's an important part. You said a fight mean a physical...
it was a physical fight, civil arrest.
Okay.
You know, and it became between rebels and between the army, the country army. You know, so it became a civil fight. It was a problem. So we couldn't do anything anymore. And at the same period, I got sick, malaria, and in the hospital, I was diagnosed by kidney failure.
Okay.
So I have to do my dialysis. I started doing my dialysis. While doing the dialysis, there were people with guns who were looking for me because I was a politician at that moment. So they were looking for me in the hospital. The doctor had to hide me.
Oh, looking for you to cause harm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were looking for me to kill me.
Okay.
You know, because I know things went on during the elections. So I needed to save my life and get out of the country. Okay. Yeah. So by the help of a bishop, I was able to cross the border to the next country, was Ghana. And the bishop just gave me $100 because my account bank was frozen in Côte d'Ivoire.
Oh, your account, yeah.
Yeah, my account was frozen in Côte d'Ivoire.
By the opposition?
By the opposition.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I went to Ghana, and for 2.5 months I couldn't do my dialysis because the UN say I went as a refugee. So the UNHCR have to clear to see if I'm not involved in anything bad in Côte d'Ivoire. So it took 2.5 months.
Oh, so the government of Ghana, they had to make sure that you weren't a criminal, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
That I was not a criminal, and the UN also had to certify things. You know, so after 2.5 months, I was really in a coma when they signed my papers so that I can start doing my dialysis.
So because you're not having the dialysis, you're getting sick.
Yeah.
And you're actually dying.
Yeah, I was dying because if you don't do your dialysis for 1 week, you have problems.
Right.
Because your toxin is growing up in you.
Exactly.
But I have to stay 2.5 months.
So during that time, they refused treatment.
Yeah, because they say they didn't have money. They have to, they have to check things. And my chance was that UNESCO, who is in charge of arts in the world, say that look, this man is an artist. He have done great things for his country. He have done things for Ghana, for the kids and things. So we have to try to do something for him.
Right.
So this is why they went further and look for the papers and everything, and I was able to start doing my dialysis after 2.5 months.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
there are so many people who die with kidney failure because they couldn't have the treatments.
Right.
Yeah, back in Cote d'Ivoire because of the political situation.
Right.
Because you can't go to the hospital, there's no doctors and anything. So many people die.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So I was there in Ghana,
Mhm.
and the UN did my papers so that I would start a new life in America.
Okay, so while you were in Ghana, you wanted to come to America. You had to apply for asylum.
The UN decide
Oh, okay.
to resettle me. This is what they decided.
Okay.
To resettle me, to start a new life, because I was not involved in what happened in my country.
Right.
I was working for the as a civil civil society, and we wanted the best of
Right.
the politicians. This is
Now, the woman that you were helping in the campaign, what's her fate? Is
she was arrested,
okay?
put in jail. She spent 1 year in jail. Yeah, just because she took a post as a minister of education.
Wow. Did she get released?
She got released, but she's in Cote d'Ivoire. She can move out of Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay, so they're like holding her
Yeah,
in Cote d'Ivoire. All right. So now you're in the U.S.
Yeah.
You get here.
Yeah.
You wait. Everybody knows about the U.S.
Yeah.
So you hear about the U.S.
Yeah.
What were you thinking as you're on your way over here?
Oh, first, my father lived in the U.S. some times back.
Uh-huh.
He did 2 years in the U.S.
Okay.
So I have some friends of my father and things who are in America. So we used, to talk together. But for me, America was not a dream. No, it was normal for me.
Right. You didn't. Yeah. Right. You weren't.
yeah.
You if the events didn't happen, you wouldn't have came here.
I came here for my holidays.
Right. I'm saying to live.
Yeah, to live. No, not to live, because perhaps for my business or holiday, because I was well enough in Africa.
Oh, okay. So you enjoyed Africa.
Yeah,
you enjoyed your life
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But you're here now.
Yeah.
You have to. 5 months is not a long time.
Yeah.
What is your impression as your first person impression? What do you think of America?
I'm grateful to God because I'm here. I can do my dialysis without any problem, and I'm in better conditions. So this is one of the things in America with the dialysis, because in Africa it was a little bit hard, So that's it. But other things, I'm grateful to God also for Hartford, because I did not choose Hartford. It's God who chose Hartford for me.
Okay.
Okay. And Hartford people opened their arms to me.
Right.
Yeah, I was well received by the Catholic Charity,
Okay.
and the downtown library people, really encouraged me. And I was feeling so fine that I've decided to go back to try to do my paintings.
Okay.
It's 3 years I did not paint. I did not do any sculptures.
Okay.
And I have to start it again. And by the grace of God, I was able to do more than 40 works to do an exhibition.
And I want to talk to you about that, because I was privileged to go, and that's how I actually met you. A friend of mine who I went to school with sent me some information about your exhibition. So when I went down there, I'm not a connoisseur. I see stuff and I make a determination. I like it, I don't like it. I'm not saying this because you're a guest, but some of your paintings, and what really warmed me up to you was the fact that your painting and the description, because I've never talked to an artist who was able to give a description of the art. So what kind of art, what do you consider the type of paintings that you do?
I used to call it symbolism. Symbolism, because just remember that I have a background of a teacher, a lecturer. So I used to say to my student that it's important for you when you do a painting, it's a communication that you are giving.
Right.
It's something that you are giving out. You have to be able to explain what you mean. And a painting is also a history. So when somebody is buying your painting or looking to your painting, it's all the history that you have, or as a theme that you are talking about, that have to be figured out. So it's very important that a painting have a meaning, have a power, and have a power is a cultural background that the artists have who give the power to the work. For instance, when you do a painting and you put some symbol, African symbol inside, you have to know what is the meaning,
Right.
where it's coming from, and what is the use of it in your painting.
Right.
So,
One of the ones if you could, you talked about the river, the sacred river.
Yeah.
And so when you go to paint that, do you know that that's what's going to come out before you start?
no, every painting that I'm doing is unique, and when I start, I don't have an idea of what I'm going to do. But I just pray God and take my paints, brushes and everything, and when I start, the colors will guide me. The colors will guide me, the weather will guide me, and there's going to be a time I will stop the work, and something will tell me myself that it's okay, don't touch it again.
Oh, so you get to the end and you can't go back a week later and add something.
Most of the time, no.
Okay.
But sometimes it can happen that, okay, I have to touch a little bit of something or I have to add something. But most of the time, when I finish, I look at it. When I'm in peace with myself, that means it's finished.
So even though you're physically painting, it's like it's somewhat of a spiritual journey when you get to the end. So it's not. People think it's like practical. It's just methodic. I'm just gonna.
No, it's more spiritual also. Because let's say that in Africa, artists are the people who have the power, to translate what the divinity gave them.
Right.
And so this is my way of saying the things. When I'm working, I'm not me,
Right.
but I'm a medium
Right.
to give a message.
Right.
I'm a medium. So the message came through the colors that will come out of the paintings that I have. But at the same time, there's a message out of that medium.
Right.
Okay. And those are the things that I'll put one together. And when I look at it, I'm amazed myself because when I start, I didn't have any idea of what I'm going to do.
Right.
But after an hour or 2 hours or 2 days, the work is there. It's wonderful.
And I know as someone that looked at your paintings, and what I found personally is that as I'm looking at each painting, it brings a different meaning to me, and I'm just one person.
Yeah.
So everybody gets something different as that looks at the art. Is that correct?
It does it. And there's one thing is wonderful. Sometimes I can do a work and a customer or a buyer will see something different.
Oh, okay.
And that thing will stick on him. I have a customer, I remember back in Africa, I have a customer that came and bought one of my paintings. But what he was saying inside was amazing me myself. I never saw it
Right.
through that painting. And really I found that I'm painting or something is really a message that everybody will feel and see it in his own ways.
Right.
But the artist is the medium of it.
Right.
Okay.
So you did a lot of works. Do you stop after you complete some, or is it always like? When's the last time you painted?
Oh, now it's saying 2 weeks that I stopped
All right.
painting. Yeah, stopped painting because of the exhibition I did. So I just want to relax a little bit, see how things move.
Okay.
And by next month I will go back again.
Go back again.
Yeah.
So does it take long? We have a few paintings that we're showing on the screen. Does it take long to do one, or does it take a week, a day, a minute,
It
5 minutes?
depends. Sometimes I can do a painting in 45 minutes. It depends on the inspiration. Okay. When I finish a painting after 45 minutes, sometimes I can't work for 2-3 days.
Okay.
Because of the stream that I have to put inside. Sometimes I'm doing a painting for 1 week. The same painting, I have to come on it. When I'm working, something tells me it's not good. I'll work again on it. I'll work again on it up to the time that I'll feel that okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So let me ask you. So for our viewers, because I know where. So our viewers wanted to get some of your works. Where would they actually go to contact you?
Or they can go to Passages Art Gallery.
Okay.
It's at 21 Whitney Street
Okay.
at Ford. So,
And if someone wanted to view your work or purchase your work, that's where they would go?
yeah. It's best place where they can get me, or they can phone.
Okay. It was great to talk to you, George. I mean, I'm blown away. I love art. I love culture. You bring it all together with your life experience and then your talent as an artist. I really appreciate you coming in and letting us in your world. And I know that you're going to do well in the United States. And our country is better for people like you. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.